Yes, hello, good evening. My name is Joshua Dairo, and today I'll be talking about informative speeches. An informative speech is the type of speech that is used to educate, to literally to inform people, maybe about something new that they didn't know before. Just like any other speeches, it has structure, and maybe the first thing you can do is to have an intentional getter. This is like a short, kind of like a story or a hook that provokes their minds to question something and then therefore grabs their attention. The other thing is the purpose or thesis statement. This is what the whole speech is going to be about. Maybe it's going to be about cholera prevention or cholera spread. So that will be the thesis statement. And the credibility is what you are as the speaker, what gives you that credibility to be the one delivering the speech. And then also the preview of the main points, just basically maybe the bullet points you're going to share in the whole video. So why should points be distinct and evidenced? For any speech to make sense, to have any effect on the listener, they should be able to understand it. They can only understand it if it's phased, in a sense that they can tell where each point starts and ends. If it's not, then every point will get blurred into the other, and it will just cause an emotional and psychological redundance that they won't be able to tell which point is which, and therefore they won't get the main point. And also it should have evidence. Obviously, it's best that you show and don't just tell. If you're talking about cholera or any other thing, it's best that you have an image of a person infected with cholera and how they look, so that they can best understand what you're saying. You must have you mustn't just use data definitions and long detailed explanations. It's best that you show less than you tell. Going forward, it's best that you evaluate the sources that you're going to use to evaluate their credibility. Any credible source should fall under the CRAP test, which is the CRAAP, which is the currency, the relevance, the authority, the accuracy, and the purpose. The currency is how up to date is the information. The relevance is how connected is the data you're using or the evidence you're using to the point that you're sharing. And the authority is who is the publisher, who is the author, because most of the times this tends to make your evidence more credible. And the accuracy is, does the info actually support what you're saying, and also does it fall in order of what other sources are saying? Because if you're just using a biased source, that's not good. The other thing is the power of conclusion. How is the conclusion very useful? The conclusion kind of like brings the listener back to the point you're trying to share. Maybe as we wrap up, or in summary, that will be the kind of phrase that you would use. And also it reinforces your opinions or your sharings to the main point. With the evidence you've given, with the data you've shared above, it brings them back all together into one thing, so that the listener can actually kind of like keep it in their mind for good. Then the several processes where we can actually apply the informative skills. Lots of processes, but maybe to mention but a few, we can use them in the workplaces. Maybe trying to share a new product idea with the boss or with the team. Maybe it's the teacher. We can also use it in education, where the teacher is trying to share something to the students which is new, maybe a new topic. And then there's also the community. Just like we are project managers, we're probably going to be out there in the communities telling people about new projects that are in the making, and how they can affect their lives or affect their lives. So thank you very much, and that was for today. See you again next time.